Living life on the streets may not be what a person chooses themselves, but rather the result of different circumstances. Yet one local homeless advocate, Warren Charter, chose to live on the streets for 2 weeks. And as I found out, his mission is for those who are off the streets to change the way they think about and help those who have found themselves on them. For 2 weeks, Warren Charter left the comfort of home.
I do expect to be cold tonight. I don't expect to be comfortable.
For life on the streets.
I'm not homeless, so I'll never truly understand, but it's an opportunity to build just a little bit more empathy about what their day is like.
Building that empathy by pitching his own tent.
Most of the guys that we see that are struggling are dealing with the addiction issue of some kind or a mental health issue. I just have been drawn to their struggle and watching how they're kind of kept down.
A struggle that Mike Mayer wants Charter to bring to light. What's the message you want people to get across?
Maybe some of the struggles that we do face, the cold, also that all it takes is one bad day and anybody can be in this position. Maybe some sympathy.
It's just hard to walk around.
Yeah.
It's hard to get to a job, especially if you don't have a bus pass, which I do.
The homeless have a stigma of being lazy. You can't put all the homeless in one box. Each individual person has their own challenges.
Charter is capturing the experience.
I walked out today with only the clothes and the gear that I'm wearing.
And sharing it on Facebook.
Hey, good morning. It's Sunday. I have started my 14 days out on the street. It is day 3. It's the 7th day. Day 9, day 14, my final day out here.
Documenting ways he's surviving.
So the bus system is going to be my shelter tonight. I'm going to hang out in the terminal, ride different buses, and just try to do that as long as possible until someone says you have to get off the bus.
And sitting down with the homeless community in Champaign, noticing they are more than just people living on the streets.
There are guys that were drafted for professional baseball. There are guys that were illustrators of children's books.
Each have a story.
I was everything, honestly. I was in wrestling. I only threw one pass in my quarterback career.
Your quarterback career?
Yeah, and it was an interception.
Okay, of course.
So,
through reminiscing what their life was like then, they detail what their life is like now.
The hardest part about it, the whole thing, isn't about being afraid of people coming up, robbing you, which happened many times to me. Having wet socks. Then I don't have any monies to dry them.
Right.
So now I have wet socks, now I have trench foot. Now what am I going to do?
Yet Charter says they are constantly dismissed.
People scurry by and they don't want to make eye contact with me. They don't want to talk. That's the aspect of the homelessness that we need to get past and be able to walk up to a guy that is homeless and just say, hey, what's going on, and have the conversation.
Their feelings of being invisible take over during the day, while new struggles creep up at night.
I don't expect that it's going to be dangerously cold. And if it gets really brutal in the middle of the night, I'll abandon the tent.
What people passing by don't know is Warren Charter is the founder of the Street Outreach Movement, a nonprofit that's fighting to end homelessness.
We continue to work with them to take them to those doctor's appointments, court appointments, in jail coming out, when they encounter law enforcement on the street before they get into trouble, get their driver's license, make application for housing.
A big plan Charter has is to push the city of Champaign to shift their approach from sheltering to housing first.
Put them into their own housing unit where they have the ability to shower, cook, sleep, work on whether it's an addiction issue or it's the mental health side of it, or just a chance to regroup and then get back out there.
He's doing an amazing thing to bring light to what it's like to be homeless. He doesn't have to be in this position, and I think it's really cool what he's doing.
We all have the possibility of becoming homeless. It doesn't take much to turn stuff around.
And Charter will continue pushing for a change in how everyone off the streets sees those on them. What do you want people to know?
That just because they're out on the streets doesn't mean they're an addict or anything like that. Anything can happen to put you in this position.
I want to see them get that dignity and respect, regardless of where they're at.
In Champaign, Sophia Espinosa, WAND News. And people from all across the country followed his journey online on Facebook, many saying they see the homeless community differently because of him. Charter continues to work through his nonprofit, hoping to end homelessness one person at a time.